They're,
I just press
they're
record.
not gonna go away. They're
Hiccups.
not gonna go away. Sometimes when I get them, they like literally just they just stay for a little bit. Some of my clients, anybody who's listening, you know this. Sometimes it'll happen during my check-ins. I'll have the hiccups for like literally a whole day.
Have you ever tried chugging like water real quick?
Yeah, no, there's different things that work for it. It just depends on the day. Sometimes if I hold my breath, it works. Sometimes nothing works. Sometimes chugging water works. But I don't know why it happens to me. But I look it up online. You know, Google. It's like tells me my heart is failing and stuff. So
Yeah,
I got to be careful with that.
yeah. I don't want to go off of Google. But yeah, man, my
Yeah,
face
I'm fine.
is swollen. Like I had a cheat meal like hardcore this past over the weekend, and I had like some cookies with the cheat meal, and
Oh
like
gosh.
my face got like super swollen from it.
Like right after that meal, you can tell the difference.
The next day, the next day, because like my blood glucose was still like it has been pretty like decent. So
It
my
doesn't look. I mean, it doesn't look bad right now.
everything just feels swollen from the cheat meal. Like look at my hands. See this picture?
Jesus, bro. Yeah, you do look massive right now. I told you, you look huge.
No, but yeah, I feel really good. I cannot believe that I just looked at that and it was 280.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that's awesome.
that's crazy. That means if but I'm not fasted, so that we don't know what the actual weight
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Let's take a look tomorrow. Text me. I want to know what you're at.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm gonna take a picture in the morning, but
Yeah.
that's 70 pounds up from competition weight. 70 pounds. That's crazy. I should
Yeah, dude. That's absurd. That's absurd. But hey, that's what it. That's what it does. That's what it is, man. You
talk
deplete
about
all the way
this in
down.
today's podcast,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. You deplete all the way down like that. The way that you're able to put on muscle after that is crazy. You've been adding tissue like on a week to week basis ever since the show's ended.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some fluff. Like, I mean, even in my face, like you could feel, like you could see the fluff. But I think overall, I'm staying like somewhat lean for like for gaining so much weight. I'm keeping cardio in every single day. But hey, that's one of the things is the reverse diet and why like how to use it. In the podcast in our lineup today is the reverse diet and how to use it and why to use it. And this is one of the big reasons why is
Yep.
because if you don't, you'll get fat. Reverse dieting, even for lifestyle clients, you reverse diet two different ways. You reverse diet after shredding down, you need a reverse diet for going into a growth, and vice versa. After a growth, you need a reverse diet going back down into a shred. So
Also very good to throw in during plateaus. Good to throw in and change it up, especially if you're eating a lot of food. I like to throw those in to give the body a break from all that food. It's it usually always works
mm,
always. Um, so that's something I've taken into consideration with almost all my clients. If we hit a plateau, I definitely start looking at the macros and throwing in a reverse diet shortly after.
yeah, like you're right. If you hit a plateau, especially like growing, throw somebody in real quick fasting, 2 days of fasting, and throw some shakes in there instead of food for 2 days, and then go back right into the growth phase again. So yeah, reverse dieting. When it comes to reverse dieting, there's a hormone that's released when we're shredded down so far to where our blood glucose is super low, and the hormone's called leptin. Um, and leptin's the reason why we need to be careful with reverse diets because if you just throw a shit ton of food back into your diet, that hormone's gonna cause you to gain fat, and that's what you don't want. Um,
Exactly.
so that's leptin. Um, so that's what you don't want. It also releases insulin, right? Insulin can also make you fat as well, especially if you're taking in high fats. So that's another thing with the reverse diet. You want to be smart because your insulin sensitivity is going to be really high. Um, but yeah, that's reverse diet. Do you have anything for reverse diet?
No, that was perfect. Yeah, honestly, I just was going to talk about just the strategy that we use as you said, the slow increase instead of adding a bunch at one time or taking away too much at one time. That's why a lot of the things we do is incremental. Um, but no, I think you touched on pretty much everything, Robbie. That was
Okay.
perfect.
By the way, Caleb said he'll try and get on before the end. Which that Super Bowl would be a good question for when he's on. Because for me, honestly, I played football. Well, we could get right into it. Super Bowl favorites. I'm guessing you put that in there.
Yeah. No, the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I like to go over, especially on the pod, some like topics that are modern stuff that's
Yeah.
going on, current. So I thought for anybody that likes sports, and likes to indulge in that on the weekends, wanted to see not only your guys' favorite, but if anybody else who's listening, comment who you think's going to win, and anybody that we see is right, we'll shoot you out a congratulations,
Yeah.
on one of the pods.
Yeah,
So
that would
I
be
thought that'd be
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be cool. So if somebody comments on the YouTube video or comments in the DMs or whatever, just let us know. Um, but for me, to be honest with you, man, after I stopped playing football, I stopped watching it too. Like I just like I'll watch the Super Bowl, but I won't care who's playing. Like I don't even care anymore. It's so weird.
yeah.
The same.
That's. I think everybody is a little bit different. But you said as soon as you stopped playing, you just were like, that was it for you.
Yeah, I just like I didn't even like I do miss playing football, but I miss when I was good, Like when I got to college, dude, I was so washed up and I sucked so bad that I hated it. But like in high school, I was the fucking man. Like I got D1 offers and D2 money, right? But after I went to college and I played, I just like I just sucked. And then after that, I just kind of just I didn't love the sport like I used to. So
Well,
then I
yeah,
stopped. Dude.
it's tricky too when you get to the level Robbie was at. If anyone's been at the level Robbie's played at any sport, you're the man. You're the best player on your high school team, best player maybe in your region. Getting all the everyone's excited to see what you do next. But then the next place you go, everybody is a Robbie. Everybody was the best player on their team.
Small
Everybody was
fish.
the fastest player on the team. Everyone was the best tackler on the team, played both ways,
Yep.
best position. So then it's a little bit tricky because everyone's the same. And then you find out, okay, who really wants it more? Because then that comes into equation. Because if you don't really want it and you get to that level, that's some people's only way out. Robbie obviously super smart guy. He had other aspirations, for himself, So when it different route, but some people that's all they got, So when they have that opportunity,
They
I
go for it.
mean, they're seasoning it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying you didn't, Robbie.
No,
I'm
you're
just you
absolutely right.
obviously
You're
you
absolutely
had
right.
other dreams, and
I,
obviously look at your work ethic. Look at your work ethic.
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have the physique you do. Look at where you started versus where you are now. So you just had a different
And you're
journey.
right. And
But you know
I
what I
take
meant.
a lot of that from football. Like football taught me a lot of like determination and shit like that. And like, and to be honest, I was good my freshman year. You go into this college and like honestly, I started as a freshman and then my sophomore year, I just like sucked. Like I don't know what happened. I just felt like my feet wouldn't come off the floor, I guess. I don't know. Uh yeah, just steady state on the bench. But I did learn a lot about like we had to wake up at 5 a.m. I puked like probably once a week for morning runs at 5 a.m. with like we had to be there at 5 a.m. So we had to be up at like 4:30.
Yeah, easily.
Like you right now.
Yeah,
Uh
that's my style, man. You know what I mean? And not everybody is built for that, but you see how it was even when you were when you're on that schedule. It's doable. Once you get up, the alarm goes off. You brush your teeth. It's like, okay, I'm up. I'm good. You may need a nap during the day. I'm sure you used to take a nap during the day, but if you don't, yeah, you definitely get some good sleep at the end of the night.
bro, it was so hard to take a nap because in football, man, when you're playing football in college, you wake up at 4:30, you go to morning runs at 5. When you're done with morning runs, you're done around 6:30. Shower, you go to classes. Usually classes are between like 7 a.m. to we'll say like 2 p.m. Then you go to practice. So practice is like from like we'll say 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then after that you go eat and shit, and then you go to we had a study hall, so you had to go to study hall every night because you had to like get your homework done. So they made us go to study hall. Which was smart now that I think about it, because if like we all thought that was such bullshit study hall, like, oh, why are they making us go to study hall? But we wouldn't have got our work done if we didn't go there. Like if it wasn't mandatory, I
Yeah,
would have.
exactly. They knew that. They're not. They know.
That's
They know.
smart. That's real smart. Yeah. Now that
Yeah, and you guys have Division 1 athletes, Division 2 athletes. Any athlete has more opportunity to be successful because they're set up for people to be looking after them. Like the normal student, they don't have that.
yeah.
If you don't, if you don't turn in your assignment, if you don't go to class, nobody tells you anything. No one's getting that reported.
Seriously, a normal student, like they go to classes and then they get to just chill like the whole day, like to get all their work done, like
Some people cram a whole semester in a week right before the
yeah,
final.
yeah, yeah.
They don't know nothing about the class, and then they just teach it all to themselves.
Damn, that's crazy. Um,
Yeah, but so what's your answer? So the answer for you is you don't even know who's playing in the Super
I don't
Bowl.
even know who's in the fucking Super Bowl. There's two teams already in it now.
No, no, no. The playoffs are still going on.
Okay, go ahead, explain the play. Who's in the playoffs right
Okay,
now?
so the playoffs right now are my Packers actually just upset the Cowboys. So the
Okay.
Packers are playing the San Francisco 49ers. That's the 1 seed versus the 7 seed, right?
49ers have been in it the playoffs the last like what 4 years?
Yeah, they're good. They're really good right now for sure. They're in the NFC. So that's the 49ers and the Packers. Then it's the Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bucks coming through again, man.
Yeah, then on the other side of things is the AFC. It's the Ravens versus the Texans, and then it's the why am I spacing? Oh, it's the Chiefs versus the Bills. So let's start at the Chiefs versus the Bills. Who do you got at the Chiefs versus the Bills?
I'm just going off of who I know has been good over the last like when I used to watch football. That's all I'm going to go off of. For Chiefs and Bills, I would say the Chiefs.
Okay, that's a good pick. I like that. Going with Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna write this down just in case.
Yeah,
I just
I
want
like this.
Rob the Chiefs. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and then the next pick is
What about you?
I got the Bills. I got the Bills. So we're going against each other that game.
Okay, all right.
All right, and then the next game is the Texans versus the Ravens.
Texans.
Dang, I got the Ravens.
This is just based off of what I know from what I used to watch. Like right now,
Yeah, no, that's fine. That you could be totally right. Both the things you say could be right. I got the Ravens though.
Okay.
So we're going against each other right now. We got two opposites,
Yeah,
and
this
I'm
is
not just
pretty fun.
I'm not just picking against you.
Yeah, yeah.
So next week on the pod, we'll come back and we'll see who won, Robbie and I, and we'll put like a little friendly wager, like $10-15 on it to make it fun.
The next one, I have to say the Bucks, like, because who are the Bucks? Who the Bucks against who?
Lions, Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, I'll have to say the Bucks.
You're going with the Bucks. I'm going with Detroit. So that's
Oh,
3.
wow.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be, someone's going to win between me and you. So do you got that written down, Robbie?
Are we putting money on this or what? No, I'm just kidding. I have no clue about it.
Me and you will do like a friendly wager just for the podcast,
yeah.
$10 or something like that, just to make it fun. But that'll be and then this last game is the 49ers versus the Packers.
49ers.
I got the Packers. I got to roll with my team.
For real.
All four different.
That is pretty crazy. That's
pretty awesome. That's pretty like there's the chances of that are pretty slim to none.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
This is not planned. Anybody who's listening, this is not planned. We just literally read this off right now.
That's crazy. Okay, that'll be fun. All right, so I wrote it down. It's in our notes.
All right, cool. We'll talk about it next week. The winner of the weekends and playoff games.
Okay, so who do you have in the who do you think's oh shit, Caleb. Perfect timing.
No way.
Yes.
Awesome. This is perfect for him to come in on
Yeah.
because now we can get his prediction as well. All right, Robbie. We'll finish off though with ours, and then we'll let him do his whole thing.
Oh, okay. Yo.
What's up?
My man. What's up, my boy?
Not much. Just
How's the
downstairs.
animals?
They're alive, dude. The dog, they said they feel like it's okay. They really didn't they couldn't explain that much vomiting last night and then diarrhea, but I told them like he ate the cat's shit and then immediately just started projectile puking. So they're like, so they think something's wrong with him, but they just have to run a shit ton of blood work. So he's home now. He said he's high as hell. But
Oh, poor dog.
yeah, and the puppy's on a bunch of probiotics and medications for nausea, and then so is the cat. So hopefully, settles down for a minute.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
man. When
Yeah, but it's not
when it rains, it
obstruction.
pours.
I know, but it's not obstruction, so that's good. Yeah, it's usually the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, the surgery is the worst. That's the most expensive. That's what you don't want.
Yeah, so fingers crossed, it's nothing serious, but he's acting okay now, so we'll just hope.
That's what I told
We're hoping.
Brando. I said if it's a person, like I wouldn't be crazy about it, but when it's an animal,
Yeah,
I don't even know. I've been texting Caleb all day about it.
yeah. I'm the same way, dude. That's why, like, I told my CEO, I was like, "Hey, before I tell you, I'm about to tell you why I'm leaving early today. My cats or my pets are like my fucking children."
That's how that's how it is.
He's like, "I get it, man. Just go." I was like, "Cool."
That's a good way to put it too. You know,
Mhm.
let him
Tank,
know.
my dog has been having really bad anxiety to where it's like really fucking with him bad. Like
What do you feed? What do you feed your dogs? What brand?
wellness core. It's supposed to be one of the best. It's really good food.
Yeah.
But she said ever since we moved into the house it gotten worse, and I think it's because we have
Okay.
a backyard and I just let him out to run and play. But when I was in my building, we were walking like 30 minutes to 3 day, so she thinks that's what it is. Before we're gonna get him on medication, I'm just starting to walk him a shit ton again.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps, man. Yeah, my
That'll
girlfriend
help.
sent me this list she found of like all these foods that like have been pet parent consumer reports, bloody diarrhea, vomiting, lethargy, food refusal. Yeah, like it's like a bunch of big name brands. So that's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah. Send me that anyway. I'm curious.
Okay.
Caleb, do you watch football?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so Bills or Chiefs?
Bills, since they're playing at home. It's only because they're playing
Oh,
at home.
let's go.
Ravens or Texans?
Where are they playing at?
Baltimore.
Ravens. They're at home.
Let's go.
Bro, they're at home. Come
Let's
on.
go.
This is fucked
Let's
up.
Are you? Am I on Brando's side so far?
Bucks or Lions?
I used to live in Tampa, but I think the Lions might pull it out,
You
man.
guys are fucking crazy.
Come on.
So me and Brando had the exact opposite for everything.
And now I'm on Brando's
We're
side.
exactly with Brando, but then again, I do have to say I don't watch football, and what I'm going off of is what I remember.
Could be right though. You could be right about
Yeah, you
everything you
could.
said though too.
So,
That's
go
the
either
crazy.
way.
Yeah.
Last one,
all those could go
49ers
either
or
way.
Packers?
You say 49ers or Packers?
Huh.
Packers been on fire though, baby. They've been on fire lately, man.
Oh, let's go.
They have been. They've been playing.
Oh, so you guys picked all the same. You know what? I can't wait till I win every single one of them.
If we watch football, Brando, and we're wrong. We
Yeah,
don't
and you
deserve
guys
it.
watch it?
No, Robbie, you could the two you could definitely be right about. I will say is the Chiefs could definitely beat the Bills. The Chiefs could
Yep.
definitely beat the Bills, and San Francisco is the number 1 seed. The Packers are the 7th seed. You know that was the first time a 7th seed has ever won in the first round of the playoffs. So I think that you could potentially get 2 of those right, but the Lions they're gonna beat the Bucks, and the Ravens, they're gonna beat the Texans. I'm telling you
Dude, the
that.
only reason I said the Bills was literally because home field advantage and it's supposed to be like crazy cold.
I'm going with the Bills too. I'm going
yeah.
with the Bills too. I got a feeling that they're gonna pull it off.
And the only reason I said Packers because they've been playing hot lately. Like
They just beat the
underdog winning
Cowboys.
games hot.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm rooting for the Packers. That's my squad. So I got
It's so funny too because I wanted to watch football this year. Like I paid for YouTube TV. So I paid for YouTube TV. So like I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this every Sunday. We're gonna have like our Sunday, whatever. Instead, I've been watching Real Housewives on YouTube TV. I'm so gay.
I feel you, dude. Hey, bro, I'm straight and I be loving me some housewives. They touch everyone's soul.
Salt Lake City lately. Oh my
Bro,
God.
yeah. We ain't got the time to discuss that.
Robbie's
Yes.
got the best shows. Robbie's always hip to the best shows. I'll give him that. He's always knows about the best ones.
Salt Lake City.
Text Robbie for show recommendations. Just give him your genre.
Okay.
Send it back.
I'll drop it after this. But Rob, have you seen Netflix Fool Me Once?
We're in the middle of watching it right now.
Dude, I usually don't like shit like that because I'll guess it episode 1 or 2 and I'll know the ending. This one throws you for a lot of turns.
I'm thinking it's everyone. Like it's you.
Yeah. They're setting it up perfectly.
What's it based on?
A murder mystery.
Yeah, it's a thriller kind of thing.
Thriller.
I
Yeah.
figured based on.
But the wife, man, the wife is a bad bitch. Like I want.
Oh yeah, she's like former military,
yeah,
special ops.
Yeah, I want to be her friend.
Yeah, she's bad. I like the accents.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
I actually saw this. I saw this show on today while I was working at home. I don't know if you guys remember it. It was a show that it had this guy named Jack Bauer, and it was called 24.
24. Yeah, I used to watch 24 every single night with every week.
That was a great show.
Yeah, that was That was
that was random.
Older, ain't it?
Very old.
It's older.
Yeah,
it's older. I saw it come up. So
I was probably like 12 when I was watching that with like my mom growing up.
Yeah,
it was a fire show though.
TV's my thing. I love TV because I'm a lazy bitch.
He's honest.
Yeah, so that brings us into our next topic then. How to optimize your sleep. You know what? A lot of my clients ask me this, and also I tell everybody there's these pills on Amazon, and they're not
melatonin.
And I don't have them in front of me right now, but they knock my ass out and they keep me asleep the whole time. So if anybody is wondering what the pills are, just message me because I don't have them right now. But that's good. And then also meditation. So during my prep, when I couldn't sleep, I would just meditate, and still I wouldn't be able to sleep, but I felt well rested after meditating.
Yeah, that's that low body fat getting your sleep.
Yeah, I'm really working on my sleep, man. It's something I've been struggling with since the new year started, trying to figure it out. But I'm pretty sure it's because I have a puppy now, and it's been tough for me. So, optimizing sleep though it's crucial because I don't know if you guys, especially someone who trains in the morning, you get so much inflammation. Like if you're not well rested, rested, you the inflammation is just it's a lot harder to work out. Being well rested, you wake up with that energy, throw in a quick carb, a banana, get your intra workout ready for the drink or intra workout ready for the morning workout. That's how you can fuel yourself, but when you're not rested, you don't have a quick carb before your faster workout in the morning, it gets a lot tougher, so I would say that for sure we got to start, prioritizing sleep is something that I'm working on. I stress to all my clients, and I think is extremely important to optimize, your work day, your eating, the way that you train, the way that you retain information. It's so important. So I hate people that say, oh yeah, I'll sleep when I die, or like, I brag about like only getting 4 hours of sleep. It's like, it's not cool to get 4 hours of sleep.
It's not. Yeah, it's not cool if you get less sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
you
just
want to
shortening
prioritize
your
your sleep.
lifespan.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to prioritize your sleep. You can perform better. Like what do whatever you think you're doing, you can do way better.
Yeah.
me and Paco actually just went to look for mattresses because we're moving again. I don't know if I told you guys
Yeah,
that.
what was that
I
about?
thought you
What's
sell
going
it. I
on
thought
with
you just
that?
bought that motherfucking house.
No, we were rent to buy this house,
Oh,
but
okay, my bad.
it's
Oh,
infested with something that rhymes with brats.
Oh God.
mhm.
Like, oh my God, there's a story about it that I can't. It'll take up the rest of this time. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of them, but they're not in the house anymore. They're just in the roofs and shit, and we're like fucking like going crazy. So we're out in 2 weeks. But um, we were looking at mattresses today, and then there was one that came up that was $7,000, and we're like, that's
Is that the one that adjusts the temp when you adjust your body temp and it matches you to keep you at
well,
that sleep?
it adjusts your body to like
Oh, okay.
it
The
like
sleep
moves.
number, the sleep number.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. So we obviously it was like, oh my God, $7,000. I'm not going to pay that for a bed. But then we thought about it. It's like you spend half your life in the bed.
Yeah.
Literally half the life. Well, not really half, maybe a little less, but almost half.
Yeah.
So I was like, honestly, it wouldn't be a bad investment to spend that because you know you're going to be getting like really good sleep
Yeah.
on something like that.
No, I agree.
Man, I sleep more on my couch than I do my bed, so that'd be a very poor investment for myself.
Maybe that's why you get shit sleep, Brando.
Yeah, if that's yeah, there you go, man,
That's
and
true.
that's probably true. But I mean, I've always been like that since a kid, since I was a little kid, man, and I can't change it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their thing. That's my thing. I sleep on the couch a lot. I'm a couch warrior, some would say.
Couch warrior. Uh, yeah, I like the couch too. I like the sofa a lot. But that's just because I'm lazy.
Yeah, I wake up and go to the bed, but it's just something about the couch. It's like comforting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure,
Uh,
sure. If we Google it, we'll figure out the reason. Let's Google it.
Probably some trauma shit, Brando.
Yeah,
mine's
that's
more
what
my
it always is.
Because
claustrophobia.
that
I
couch
like
always got your back no matter which way you
I'll
lay.
Google it. I'll Google it. I'll Google it.
it's gonna say like it's gonna say like
We're gonna find some deep rooted trauma, Brando, we forgot about.
Let's see. Let's see. All right. Here we go. I'm just gonna read it. I'm not even gonna read it first. I'm just gonna go. So it
Go,
could be
get,
good or
get
bad.
it out.
Wilson.
There could be several reasons why you prefer sleeping on the couch instead of your bed. It could be due to the comfort level, the firmness of the mattress, or even psychological factors such as feeling more secure in a cozy and a different environment. I think that's what it is. I think that's what
Yeah.
it is for me. I
Yeah.
think I just like it. Just when I'm on the couch, it's like the living room. I can wake up and I know
Yeah.
in the bed. I'm just it's the worst thing. Like, what if you just like wake up and someone's standing over top of you or something like that, like with a knife or whatever. That'd be the worst thing ever. I'd much rather have it. If I was in the living room, I'd hear the door open and I'd wake up, and I'd be sharp to what's going on.
God.
Yeah, mine's my claustrophobia. There's sometimes I'm in the bedroom. I need to go out to the sofa just because, and I'll sleep on the sofa just because I'm bugging. One night I'll just bug out for no reason. Like it's fucking crazy.
Dude, my mom's like that. My mom's like that, and sometimes she'll be in a room. Well, it's because she has so many dogs now too, Robbie. But she's the same way. Sometimes she'll have to like get out of bed and especially because you sleep with your significant other. You got your dogs too, so it gets that bed. It's like hard to move around sometimes. You can't go to
Yeah,
bed and
man.
start getting frustrated.
Well, we were talking about football too, and like my claustrophobia as I'm aging is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And
Means you gotta move out of the city, bro.
it
You
must be
gotta
the city.
move out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it must be the city. I don't know. I have no
Oh
clue.
yeah, you should move out to the country.
I could never.
I could never.
But I when we were talking about football, I can't even imagine putting a helmet on my head now and like getting tackled and being underneath a
Oh,
fucking
and not being able to get up and shit.
I couldn't I would fucking shit. I would literally shit. Like I would just shit everywhere. That's how nervous I would be. uh
Hey, straight up.
That
all right.
the whole bow.
8 minutes. Mindful eating. Caleb, go ahead. Mindful eating, underrated, overrated, and why?
Mindful eating, I think a lot of the way a lot of people use it is overrated. So a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat how I feel like I should eat and what's good for my body. And I'm like, yeah, but if your hunger cues are fucked and everything's skewed when we're talking about that feedback loop, you're saying you're gonna go into something listening to your body, but your body's already out of whack and not signaling correctly. So I think it's counterproductive. So for most people, just I feel like everyone needs to track their food intake for a little bit of time just so you can understand food quality and amounts and how you feel when you eat certain amounts. And then mindful eating is a cakewalk because you understand your baseline and how you should be eating in order to get your internal health where it needs to be. So hunger's cueing and everything like that. But just out the gate, especially if you got a lot of underlying problems, it's not the best fucking. It's overrated as fuck.
Yeah. Brando?
Yeah, no, couldn't agree more. It, I, it's focusing on the individual's, sensual awareness, like their sensual awareness of food, and it has like little to do with, you know, the protein, carbs, fats, calories that we have set. It's more of just like eating based on how you feel. But how do you know how you feel if you're not eating a well balanced diet and haven't been for a good amount of time? Like this is in this game, there really, if you think about it, there really isn't any rest days, because on the days you're taking a rest day, like you shouldn't just be, okay, it's my rest day because I had 5 good days. Now I'm going to go indulge in a cheat meal. I'm not going to be training today. I'm not going to do anything except sit on my couch. No, even on those days, you should be walking, eating a well balanced diet, sticking to your meal plan. You should be okay with eating the same 3 or 4 things. It's not going to be like you guys know what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
No, yeah, I get it. Even with
Yep.
cheat meals, now, like after having like a well balanced diet and you give yourself a cheat meal every week,
yeah,
you realize like, holy shit, like that cheat meal fucked my, like what we were talking about earlier. Like I had that Taco Bell, my face is like, I felt swollen the next day, like so swollen, like my stomach felt like shit for 2 days, it fucked me up. And now I will never have Taco Bell again for another probably 2 years, which it was so good. I could definitely.
and no, but not that hits right on the spot though, Robbie. You know what I'm saying? But it's and that's what I mean. That's the whole difference. That's the difference in this game too as well. Even on those days like where you are having a rest day, it's still so important to be, you know, maintaining a healthy diet. Like Caleb said, if you're just eating based on like, oh, like when I feel good, like there's plenty of times where I'm not hungry, but I know it's time to eat, and I start eating my meal, and I'm hungry, and maybe even after I finish that meal, I'm like, damn, I'm still a little bit hungry. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you don't eat and you prolong your appetite, this goes into what we talked about last, Robbie. I know everyone's got a little bit of a different opinion on it. Robbie's more found on like, as long as you get your meals in, you're good. And I agree with that. In some occasions, that's going to be what you have to do. But I think, especially for somebody like me, who's naturally a smaller person, doesn't have the biggest appetite, it's very important to stay on a good schedule with your diet, because once you miss a meal, it's very hard to catch up, or you're going to find yourself staying up super late or trying to fit an unhealthy amount of food in, for your last meal or second to last meal or each, what I mean? So I think that ties along good with what we're talking about now.
Brando, do you take ashwagandha?
That's crazy. I am taking ashwagandha, and it's funny because the thing I've realized most about it is that it really does kind of help as a relaxer, as like a stress, but almost to the point where like I really am just I'm chilling,
Yeah.
like I'm chilling. That's
Well,
the biggest difference I've seen.
Yeah, well, you were saying something about like your sleep not being the best, and then when like we're sleep deprived, we pulse cortisol more, and then we just don't get fucking hungry. So KSM 66, which is a strain of ashwagandha, it's like the most bioavailable. If you take that, and if it is cortisol related, if it helps suppress your cortisol, it might cue up your hunger more.
I mean, I'm eating like 5 meals a day,
Okay.
and I eat like a good amount, but it's
Yeah.
and to somebody not like regularly, they'd be like, bro, what, you're eating like 4,000, 3,000
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
3,500, 4,000 plus calories a day. But for me, it's like I know I felt like I've there's been times where I know I can intake more. I don't feel bloated and I'm digesting food just
Yeah.
100%. And I think the biggest difference is honestly the food that even you cook, um, the food that you're
Process.
cooking, the food that you're indulging in, just everything. The like because when I was in Europe, I kid you not, there was something about the food that I was able to process just way better. And
There's
I
not
lost
a bunch of fillers.
the inflammation. I lost it. I felt good. I had so much energy and I was eating out for every single meal. You know, I was
Yeah.
really amazed by how I felt in Europe, man. And then when I came back here slowly, I fell back into this. Even when I cook my own meals, you know, you need a temperature gauger. That's something I'm learning too, because you can think that, especially with ground beef and ground turkey, you may think that you have cooked your food all the way through, or chicken, but you need to make sure that you're checking your temperature on your food, because that's very important. You know, you don't even know that you're undercooking some of your meat, which can mess up your digestive system. If your food is running through you, that could be a reason why too. You may not be cooking your food all the way through, and you don't even know it. So make sure you get a temperature gauge or two for your meals if you don't have like a meal prep company, or you know, you're cooking everything at home.
Touche. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Um, really good on that mindful eating. The last one, real quick. How much time? Oh, we got a minute and a half. Favorite gym? Oh, this one's so boring for me. Favorite gym you've ever trained at? Does the gym you train at matter? Um, Technically, in my opinion, no. The gym that you train at doesn't matter. What matters is how you train. But also with that being said, that some machines are amazing at certain types of gyms, like Caleb's gym, Carbon.
Yeah.
I'm sure has like amazing equipment, but I don't think equipment determines if you could hit your goals or not. But it is nice to have a nice piece of equipment. But
Yeah.
favorite gym for me, honestly, Powerhouse in Tampa was my favorite gym. I haven't really gotten into like a better gym than that. Powerhouse had every single piece of equipment. It was so big. Honestly, in my opinion, I thought it was one of the biggest gyms I've ever trained at, and there was always a piece of equipment available. Here in Miami, most of the gyms are very small. They're 10 times more expensive, and but the one that I'm at now I like. But yeah, that's my answer for that. You guys?
Carbon, just because of the machine selection. I like the environment and shit. But yeah, I think it matters a little bit, but it's more so about your fucking mindset going into it.
Carbon has